It's in a room right now. A subordinate is reporting. The mythical emperor transmitted to the news. I heard that there is a world of great power. It seems a little familiar, along with the legend of the ancestors. Nguyen Min did not hesitate to say the mystery of the Taishaman. Zoe didn't think in her head. Angel Kingdom secluded position. Human beings power. Sometimes I can't find this place. Tai, ancestral. It's probably the same electrical ancestor that doesn't have anything to do with it. She glanced at him and ordered his subordinates not to notice. Note Angel Gender Positive Kai. Because that place exists, can help the human body molt. The most connected. I have no eyes looking ahead. You continue to think about the ocean. Even if you want to turn 8 areas up. I also have to find you. Beneath the clear blue sky is Tai Hung Mon, a large statue placed in front of the temple. Inside the temple, the elders are all gathered in the hall. On the outside are the students talking. God is in the legend. It's like a character from another world. That's right. That's right. It's really unfathomable. The air is foggy. It makes people unstoppable. The Tim is pounding. The Lord of Heaven is afraid to speak. At the please ask the honorable. And CA School calmly responded to the sign without saying much. My love for you will be paid today. Take out a secret book from your chest. This is the law. Power the secret in hand. The master and the deacons looked up at him. The law that year. Let's find out together with the police department. Actor. CA School passed the secret book for the cardinal owner. Keep giving reasons. He is not in the world today. So I'm giving you this technique for him. The surprised owner said. This is, of course, a legacy from our ancestors. At the end, CA blinked. Remember the sign outside the door. Can't help but laugh. The ancestral title hanging at the door. It's really economical. It gives us a lot of trouble. The owner opened the book. His eyes lit up. Great big laugh. This method, although fanciful high. But it's good. It can make people understand. It's amazing. The deacon next door, trembling hands in the air. This is really a French name. The owner and the deacons hurriedly bowed. Kneeling down in front of the school. Shout out to God like that. Too bad up and down. I remember in our hearts how grateful we are. Pray for the fairies without sparing smoke and fire. Tried to chastise CA dancing mouth laugh. I look at them with half an eye in my head. Of course, it's amazing. I've designed it for you. Price Y predetermined lower limit. Trying to chastise CA into his space. Inside is the office. There is only one piece of clothing left. Sitting in practice. The office frowned. In my heart filled with anger thinking CA School. Tried to beat CA step by step to the front of the office. Open your eyes and look at me. She didn't respond, just chilled for an hour. The school is not angry. In front of Jiang's attitude well. There has always been such a state. Suddenly, a purple chain came out of nowhere. Rushed towards the wrist of Jiang base. 2 hands pulled up by the chain, makes teeth feel panicked. And yelled out loud, trying to punish CA. What do you want to do with your unscrupulous head? CA School leaps and laughs sinister. Tell me. The exact location to find the transition ancestor. The police officer coldly turned around and said, I don't know. CA School tries to feel ridiculous. You don't know. The body is the transmitter of the electric ancestor, and you don't know. Jiang base flight. Even if you know your identity, there is no reason. in the middle of a sea of buttocks. She suddenly stopped, startled, thinking, wait. Stunned to see the old school CA speaking out loud. Maybe you found his place. The school laughed. Then point your hand down proudly. Of course, we didn't just find. And now we're still here. The Lord of Heaven heard these words, his face bewildered. Try the CA tricks of the ancestors. Beyond your imagination. You can't fight him. I tried to laugh for an hour. He raised his hand to touch Jiang's face. Or are we just sitting there waiting to die? Waiting for him to kill you? Why are you so cold-blooded? I don't realize I'm a man anymore when I get dressed. The police officer shouts at you unscrupulously. Withdraw your words immediately. Bite the hand of the old school CA, but I pulled back in time. You didn't stop there. Continue to bring Tay in front of the office to tease her. But you never bite them. The school didn't say anything, just laughed. He continued to make fun of the neighborhood in other ways. All over her face, and then her hair. It makes the place seem crazy. You release. After a tease, the hair and the skin touched is also messed up. Eyes in tears. She looked at the old school CA, tight lips, can't say a word. You turn the other way. Wipe your hands and tell the truth. Don't know what the devil gave you to drink. I can't wait to volunteer. It's a human puppet. The police officer lowered his eyes. In my mind, silently repeat the school CA. Just said the puppet. You remember the memory. I was practicing with the prince. After a while of practice, the prince can't stand it anymore. Stand up and speak in a disgruntled voice. A bother to die. We practice every day. He still has to marry. The police officer also advised you what to do. To sit down like this is disrespectful. The prince left out the words of the Jiang. Go out of Africa. I have to get a good night's sleep. I don't want to be your tool anymore. The police are trying to call back the prince. Come back here, eh? End of the recollection. Jiang Chu glared, his eyes screaming. I'm not a tool. I am the bearer of electricity. Protect sentient beings. It is our mission to support the just. I can't help but laugh. Disdainful reply is ridiculous. Stupid office asked you what you were laughing at. The school glanced at the Jiang base, replied. Winning makes the king lose the enemy. Whoever had a strong punch. That person is just. Probably not you. So far, it's been inherited as such. It's because of honesty. With eyes turning a purple color. You keep on talking. Even if you have the courage to kill me, you don't have it. What does the devil say about justice? You are also the ones who have been electrocuted. Used to hold my feet. You keep saying things. It's just a running dog. No, at most you are one. The dog that bit me didn't come. He touched his dark face, his lips closed, and said nothing. The school turned around before leaving. How many people in the world do bad things? I haven't seen you kill them yet. So the nest only knows how to target the magic potion air. They don't care about religion or not. It's only because we can intimidate them. The chain in the hands of the Jiang base also slowly disappeared. Try CA school before out of space. Still say one more sentence. After all, you and I are essentially no different. He fell to the ground talking about evil spirits. It's not like this. In the holy land of heaven, people are racing somewhere. Have you heard any of the buzzing voices? The order of the Taoists says that the mysteries need to be unified. I heard that, our boss. I'm talking to the elders about a solution. I also heard that. It's because of that fairy. It has a little bit to do with the old man. In the midst of people running, there's one person who's going in the opposite direction. This person has light brown hair stroking back. Then go and think. Opposite to the top. But hands can also be rewarded. What can a bunch of ants have to do with it? The Taoists want to unite. There's no physical force that can resist. Quickly surrender. That's the way of life. Keep going down step by step, no matter the people rushing ahead. This person continues to think. Now the Crown Prince has announced the news. People who are naturally gifted, you will receive the recognition of God. Beautiful birds choose a nest tree. Stay in this holy land. Not a plan or anything. This person came to the CA school. On the top of the airflow display is 2,500 supercharged. I'm the most talented person in the young class, living in the Holy Land, trying to get CA down from the chair. Goddess Grace is a good seed. Look at your self-promotion. It's not a joke. It's just too far behind. I still have to go out for a walk. This man couldn't hide the bewilderment on his face. What do you mean by SAO? Try to purify CA colorful appearance. Go in front of this person. I want to say, your luck and the transformers of the human race. It's a different world. The soul of the world. Of course, it's not the world. This little bit of luck can do nothing to me. This young man is sweating. Look up at the school. CA's eyes turn purple. You laugh slyly, don't be stubborn. At the angel of heaven, the slaves are beating stones, carrying stones. Outside are the guards. Are constantly pushing. Don't stop working, trash. Sometimes there is a prayer. Let me go, Lord. A girl full of wounds. A scared face full of worry, glancing to the side. The devil stood in the distance. Look at the slaves moving below. Now we've captured a group of slaves. This service will definitely make the owner remember it. Next to him were two other people laughing. Of course. Don't worry about the devil. But the devil, I have been in the Holy Land for less than 100 years. Who had the honor of being promoted to deacon? That's admirable. The devil laughed. I am so excited to hear these words. The man in the blue continued. The angels haven't flown in 200,000 years. Waiting for our Holy Land to ascend. Brother devil, there will be a chance to go to heaven. The purple dress in the back continued. The devil has a face. You already know that the money is infinite. Devil crossed bar two hands in front of arrogance say. Not just us. You also have to practice to have a chance. The owner's judgment will not be wrong. Now, that's our best chance to fly. He is excited to speak out. Even if heaven wants to stop us from flying, then why do we have to agree? Meet the fairy, kill the fairy. Meet a ghost, kill a ghost. The punishment of heaven will be revealed after that. He laughed with great joy. The devil suddenly discovered something strange. The white hair is a young man with white hair, holding a hammer and smashing rocks at the bottom. The blue guy also paid attention. That boy. It's been a long time since a lot of people have died of tuberculosis. The devil also looked at the white-haired young man. He was originally brought from a small course. Slightly more physically active than humans. I thought he was a genius. In the end, it's just trash. Bring it back to the Holy Land. I am cursed for no more saints. Give him more resources and he can't practice. The name behind continues. His strength is not to blame. Only he can survive. From one team to another. Underneath, this young man is still working hard. Hammering continuous. No yang sweat, profusely trying to keep his will. In my mind, I can't die here. I want to go back to my childhood. It can't be without me. My grandmother is old and needs my care. Kwang Yang's eyes gradually became dull. I keep trying to think. That person once said, if we practice for 3 years, we can leave. Remembering the memory of seeing the devil. Just make up your mind until then. That's what I thought, but my hand is no longer strong. Hands holding the hammer are slowly loosening. Zhang Yang directly fell backward. Tired of thinking. There is a way now. Calculate one time. We're 103 days short of 3 years. Kwang Yang, after a moment of thought, fainted. In the fatigue. A voice suddenly came out. Why should I suffer? You just need to accept my existence. You don't have to suffer anymore. Kwang Yang startled and looked around and shouted. I am who I am. Who are you to leave my body now? Here's voice keeps ringing. This is my body. You are also a consciousness. Before we wake up. I just don't want to erase you. Kwang Yang glanced carefully at the back. A soul is coming out. The voice keeps on ringing. You just need to accept me. That is your whole will. I can complete everything for you. Take care of me. I am young, and my grandmother is old. It's just a lift. Kwang Yang clenched his hand and said, I and my grandmother. I replied in a disdainful tone. Accept you, or be rejected by you. What's different? No matter what kind, we don't exist anymore. Yes, I am like that, and I am not. The human soul replied, of course, there is a difference. You take the initiative to be rejected by me. The principle is not the same. Kwang Yang puzzled to ask the principle. He looked at the soul of the people. I only know if I'm no more, baby. Love will be very painful. I know you are not simple, but it's not easy. Give your body to you. The soul in front of you becomes turned into a glare of light. Then laugh obstinately. But on the contrary, it's a serious boy. This body is not enough for you to waste. How long? Kwang Duong firmly replied, I will not give up. Outside is the old school the police just moved to. Behind him is a companion. He looked at the desolate desert ahead and said softly, is this heaven? Display reminder system board. Activate the quest line about samsara. Kai Tu's luck. The late police chief read the assignment with some interest. Enjoy reincarnation. See Ra came to the right place. The reminder system continues to give out images. A big peach tree, growing alone, he said in a confusing way, peach tree. In the gloomy sky, is striking lightning down on that peach tree. Before the power of thunder, cherry blossom petals falling. They flutter gently in the middle. Then a girl with hair. The sleeping rose appears among the flowers. College of Aesthetics. Watch the girl in the peach tree. Mysticism and ancestry are related. He glanced to see if it was even correct. Still need to go confirm. The old police chief and the new arrival left. 2 people disappeared into the vortex in the sky. In Back Sun Village, a village seen from the outside. and looks extremely shabby. The village gate was shaking as if it was about to collapse. Inside the village, Yen Yen was sadly asking her grandmother. It's been almost 3 years since Caca came back. Tell me if he forgot to love. Right? The grandmother beside her patted her head to comfort her. Your Caca even forgets everything. People cannot forget love. She smiled gently and continued speaking. Love, love, don't worry. Wait for Caca you finish studying and immediately became a monk Phi Thien du Dia. By then, you can bring your love to fly out. Love, love heard this from her quickly happy again. The girl said excitedly. Love, love wants to be carried out by monk Caca. Silver Flower Grandma remembers Than Quai. The master took you away. Caca is the person from the sacred land of Tianluan. He said your Caca's physique is 10,000 miles in one. Will definitely be cultivated by the sect with all its strength. The grandmother and grandchild continued to talk. He must be busy practicing. No time to visit us. Love, love, rest assured, yes, hostage Caca. He is the most powerful person in the world. Suddenly, a man ran from outside into the village. This person shouting loudly is not good. He is a bandit. He panicked and kept screaming. The bandits were heading towards the village. The villagers also gossiped. Are bandits who say one thing and do another. Didn't we just hand over the spirit stones? Love, love, worried voice. The bandit grandma is here again. The grandmother pulled the little girl closer to her. Baby, baby, don't be afraid, grandma is here. Outside the village, bandits were charging fiercely. The villagers immediately became confused. How can it be a black bandit? This time, it's the black bandits. The black bandits. They kill brutally. We cannot resist at all. Villagers. Everyone's face showed fear. Heard rumors of their present. Is the angel Cao Cao in heaven? I heard that the head of the Black Wind Bandits likes to eat little girls. So recently went out to look for the girl. Bandits Black whined into the village. The leader stepped up to the plate and spoke loudly. Village chief, who is this? Get out of here. The village chief spoke timidly. Lao Lao is the village chief of Back Sun Village. Meet the great people. The leader patted the old village chief's face. Our lord has orders. All girls under 15 years old. Compulsory tribute. Wrongdoer protest. Not one person left. The merchant was scared and didn't know what to do with this. The bandits dragged the girls away. A woman tries to resist my child. Give me back my child. The little girl was dragged away by the bandit. Also try to call mother to save me. Woman had her child taken away, immediately angrily cursed the bandit who blocked him. What right do those damned animals have to steal my child? The bandits are gone. Leave Terra. You're looking for death. The woman was not afraid and continued to scream. You die not well. I will not forgive you even if I become a ghost. The bandit, Kier, became angrily threw the Kier woman back. Damn lady, the commotion is not small. The leader immediately noticed the excitement. He clicked his tongue and looked coldly. He held a large sword in his hand. He gripped the knife in his hand. Look at the woman struggling on the ground, Kier. No tears until seen the coffin. The leader raised his sword high and said with a look of delight. If you want to die, then die. Having finished speaking, he directly swung his sword down. The continuous stabbing sounds were terrifying. Scare people around. Just stand still. Love, love, from afar, the little girl widened her eyes in fear. Face paled when witnessing the scene just now. The bandit Black Wind smiled sinisterly. Directly used his hand to wipe away the blood stains on his face. If AI resists anymore, then she is the best example. Suddenly, his eyes moved forward. Touch with the eyes of love. It startled her. The eyes show wonder. The gangster stood up. Oh, there's one. The man next to me said, love. Enjan Hoa grandmother. Love is discovered. Hastily hide behind the people of Enjan Hoa grandmother. The hooligan in a loud voice ordered the old woman. Take the girl behind you. He pointed his bloody sword at her. No, Lao Tzu 30 is rotten meat for my riding. Love, afraid, clinging to the shirt of Enjan Hoa grandmother. Grandma. She glanced at the bandit. Not afraid to speak up. I didn't want to act. But if you must touch love, I have to find a new body. A while later at the Black Feathers Barracks. Contemporary of the Black Feng Bong, I'm raising my hand to the girls. That they caught. Tell the Lord. These are all in accordance with your orders. It's catching girls under the age of 15. In the surrounding villages. See if you are satisfied. Tried to punish CA silently, observe nothing. I look at the girls' faces. I think in my heart. Maybe we predicted the wrong position. I'm bored. Orders are useless. Let them go. Don't hurt them to death. Black Maple's contemporary essay is a little bewildered. Let go of this. Is it too bad? Tried to chastise CA cold face, looking ahead. I whispered, I have a little sister too. The contemporary is sweating profusely. Hurry and shout. I hope the Lord is safe. The Lord sent them back safely. Trying to chastise CA's colorful purple eyes. Look at the old man asking, do you have any more words to say? The old man quickly confessed. On the contrary, there is a little. We're sending centaurs to Baksun village. They were all killed by a landscape priest. It is very strange that such a remote place would exist. The school finally heard the good news. The landscape I thought in my heart. Look, I found it. Contemporary household clasping hands loud. Don't worry. This time the Lord himself. It's just a landscape. I will definitely get to hand. Watch out for CA flashes. There is no need for you temporarily. You wait for destiny. Just watch out. CA turns around and leaves, leaving the contemporary bewildered. Yes, my lord. On the outside, he is a prince, but in my heart is constantly discontented, yeah. Waiting for Lao Tzu to reach the sky. The school CA was walking, suddenly stopped and spoke up. You? The old man hurriedly knelt down. Lord, what else do you have? The young man decided to do all his work. The school said softly, Get this done. You can be free. The terrified contemporary lowered his head and said, I don't know what the Lord wants to do. CA chastisement came in front of the contemporary, slowly said, I want you. The plaintiff doesn't know what he heard. When I heard that, my eyes widened in shock. He doesn't stop sweating. Afraid to look at the school, CA asked again, Master wants back son, village dog, chicken, air traffic. Try to punish your dark face, you radiate murder. Right, I want you to go to the village. At this time in the north. People in the village. I saw my two grandmothers preparing to leave. Immediately prevented. My grandmother, this is. Your grandmother's gone. We have to do something. That's right. Black bandits are powerful. It is cruel to kill. If you leave us. Love suddenly asked. Mrs. Caca is coming to save us. He went to the Holy Land. It's probably already very beneficial now. She was silent before the question of love. Then advised the people in the village. You should still run away. Even my grandmother, is not dead. New landscape. Listen to that contemporary rumor. We've come to the angel realm. There is nothing I can do, eh? People listened to this. Then they looked at each other. This is the religion. We don't know where to run if we want to run. That's right, there's no other way. While everyone is talking, then the dark cloud suddenly came. It's dark in the sky. From the air, a black body appearance. Loud laughter. Want to run late. Back son, small village. And yet dare to carve the bow. Not a single person can survive today. Everyone below looked up in horror. It's the contemporary of the Black Fang Bao. That's it, Enjan Hoa, you saved us. The man with an arrogant face asked. Granny Landscape, you're the one who killed my people. The two boys in the back laughed. The woman replied that they deserved to die. In your heart, you can't help but be afraid of the thought of death. The two next to him must be at least king level. About coming to this country, it's still a matter of thinking about how to burn the blood. Take your love to a safe place. Contemporary hear that. He threatened the damn old woman. To die where you dare to harden your mouth. He finished his words and went down. He shouted, you're all down. Buried with my brothers. Your mother wouldn't let him do it. Immediately fly up and say out loud, don't do it. You two run right into each other. Surrounding the contemporary is the color of the flow of power. Enjan Hoa's grandmother is pure white. The angry contemporary shouted. There's a small landscape in front of me. He's charging up. Your grandmother can't stand it. Fall back to the back. Spitting out a big gulp of blood the broken hand. The woman fell hard to the ground. Throw it away. Love in a hurry to run in the direction of her grandmother. Call Big Grandma Grandma. The people in the village panicked to call her grandmother. Love ran to the side of the silver flower grandmother, eyes start to cry. Afraid to scream. You don't know why. Mrs. Enjan Hoa's hand is broken. Left hand hugging, take the wound in your chest and try to say a few words. Love to love. Run away, you bastard. It's not that we can resist. The old man looked down from above. When she saw the silver flower, she could stand it. You're not dead yet. So how do you want to proceed with this second trick? He reached out his hand from behind. A black aura. Where did the giant hand come from? He likes to say, you will not be alone if you die together. People saw this with their own eyes. The world seems to fall to its knees. Scared eyes, trembling voice, AI's done. The lives of mortals. We can stomp like that at will. My child is only 7 years old. God has justice or not? Giant hands with extremely dark air tinged. The sky is slowly gripping the North Mountain village. I love those tearful eyes that look up at the sky. Bad people. Contemporary name Ra above Cow Cow at the top. Courage to stand in front of her grandmother. Shout not to hurt your grandmother. She tried to hold up her hand to stop her. Love run fast. The contemporary laughed contemptuously and said, I don't know why. Lord, I want to put my hand on you. It's just a girl thing. I blame you, damn old lady. Go down to my brothers. One hand suddenly supported under the small arm of love. Then speak up. I really can't see anymore. And then you're cruel to these beautiful little girls. The voice keeps on ringing. Ascended, though accidentally. But you can have love. It is the same in the first world. When you hear a strange voice, you are not surprised. The one who came is the late CA. I held my love's wrist and said, "The Lord God help you break it." Love raised her eyes in wonder. Fairy tale, CACA, from the hands of love. A stream of power that's slowly being unleashed. The old school CA smiled gently. Fairy CACA. That's a new way of calling it. The appearance of this same action of the CA made the contemporary and her grandmother. They all looked up in wonder. A stream of incredible earth-shaking power that launches out, directly smashing the giant hand in the sky. That confused expression on his face was not a great. Before I could finish the sentence, my body froze. Make him panic. Think about what happened. The body can't move anymore and then it screams. Thinking also changes slowly. The whole space seems to be frozen. Everybody's standing still. Similar to the status of the contemporary. Only the CA school. Loving and banking grandma is normal. You speak softly. Pure and unblemished lipstick heart. That's rare for so many years. That no one found out. On the contrary, for God's sake. The woman in the back hurriedly gave thanks. Thank you very much for your help. The old man just appreciates it. I kept asking her, do you agree to be a teacher? Love eyes still straw tears look at the school CA. Fairy CA wants to receive love as SAO disciples, but they all say we can't practice. The priest who led CA also said, love is just a normal person. The whole girl are constantly appearing purple clouds. Miss CA smiled excitedly. It's that they have iris. What do ordinary people understand? Love, glad to talk out loud. Real SAO fairy CA does not deceive love. CA school tries to laugh happily. You see, God. Are you the kind of person who cheats on people everywhere? Love to dance for joy. Hugging the old school CA. Love is content. Miss CA smiles satisfied. He is also very obedient. Love still hugging the old school CA. She looked up at the old man. Afraid to ask those bad people what they should do. I look up at the corners of my mouth. Bad people. Then, of course, take them to reincarnation. I hope they live in the next life. Your face has become sinister. Speaking in a pleasant voice, he will make a good man live like a god. End words, in your eyes. There were strange white streaks of light. The air rushed straight towards the contemporary. It scares him. Think Tam. Even he can't move. But the body is showing cracks. With these strange lights. He was horrified to think. And then his body exploded in the sky. It's a huge fireworks display. Below is love being held by the CA school. Amazing little girl talking fairy CA. It's really bad, the head of CA replied to the teacher. Love calls out loud for an hour. Teacher tried to punish CA fun. You're so cute that I really like you more and more. Lovers enjoy repeat. The two students happily walked ahead. The woman in the back looked at me. Power beyond his own consciousness. Bank Hoa, Grandma, I can't hide the shock on my face. Keep thinking. This is the prophet of the SAO world. Is it every fairy? Are all capable of such radical revelation? Or not suddenly trying to chastise CA waving a hand? A series of gas wall appearance. The first time I met you, I gave you a gift. I met my love for the first time.